Ward Donovan has won an Excellence in Education award. And Ward, congratulations. We have a video from your nominator.
Okay, thank you.
Well, it's very welcoming when you first come in, and he's always ready to help you and be supportive.
Mr. Donovan is a special teacher because he creates such a welcoming atmosphere. He provides a safe place for the kids to be, for them to be able to express their creativity and learn all at their own pace.
I like the way when I walk into Mr. Donovan's room, he's always positioned himself at a table or a desk with students. He's right there working, he's drawing, he's creating with students, and I think they feed off of his creative energy. He's also a very kind and compassionate teacher, willing to work with students at any place that they're at. I think students get a lot of emotional support from him as well, which is really important in a teacher-student relationship.
Well, he's always ready to sit down and work with you and take the time to actually help you through it and just take his time to be there.
He provides a safe atmosphere in his room. He allows the kids to share their creativity. And the hallways are filled with beautiful artwork that the kids put on, that he helps create, and he helps those juices get flowing. Mr. Donovan embraces diversity in his classroom and shows compassion, and is just really a gentle spirit.
When you walk into Mr. Donovan's classroom, the first thing you notice is there's art everywhere. And he does a great job of placing student artwork on the ceilings, on the walls, on the door, on the cabinets. Virtually anywhere that there can be art done, it's done. And I think that gives the students a great sense of ownership when they walk in the room.
Made you cry.
Yeah, I'm starting to.
Tell me about that.
Just the people, that's my superintendent, and then our social worker, and then a student I've known since junior high. I don't even have her this year, but she still stops in and says hello. Every time I see her, she always says hello, and she sent me a card. She sent me a card just stating that to her I was like a father figure. And I was at a volleyball game, at my daughter's volleyball game, and I read that. I'm just crying in the stands just because I've had students tell me that, and it's very humbling.
Well, the letter goes into that in saying that, in small ways you've touched so many people's lives and so many students' lives for the better. And did you get into teaching thinking that would happen?
Not really. I have a degree in painting. I had a degree in painting from Michigan State, and then I went back to school to be a teacher just because I had a long-term substitute position, and I realized just doing art and helping people were the only two things I ever liked doing. I've worked retail and everything else, and I just liked helping people and doing art, and I just figured I could do both. And then as it went along, because I'm an elective teacher, so students don't have to take my class. But often they will from junior high into high school, and they might take multiple years of art. And so just seeing them grow, I get them for a third of their life, for 6 years sometimes. And it's just they're part of my family. They really have become a lot of them. And I still keep in touch with so many of them on Facebook. In fact, to find some of the pictures from my room that they wanted, I just said, hey, do you have any pictures? I said, any former students, if you have pictures from my room, and they just sent me a whole bunch. So.
Yeah. Well, it kind of goes along with the next question is, fast forward 5 years from now, and you're seeing the kids that you're working with now. What do you want them to come back and say to you? How do you want to influence them?
I just want to keep in touch. I love hearing about them. I love seeing, them get married, them grow up, have their own kids. 2 years ago, I had the first student whose mother I had as a student when I first started teaching back in 2001, 2002. And that was it made me feel old, but it also made me feel a connection with her, and I felt like a real connection with her, just knowing where she came from and who she is. And so I just want them to keep in touch. I want them to know that I actually care. I still care about them. If they want to drop me a line, if they need me to letter recommendation or for a job or anything like that. So
Well, keep doing what you're doing
Thank
because
you.
people